Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are driving home on our way home from work today. One hell of a Tuesday. Throwing the load, setting ourselves up for the ad that starts tomorrow. But man, oh man, who else was thrown off by the two Monday Night Football games last night? I honestly watched the beginning of the Falcons and the Bills. I ended up flipping over and watching the Washington versus the Bears game because last year's game was a big thing in our house with the Hail Mary to end the game as my girlfriend got up and walked away, and I said, no, there's one more play, you got to watch this. And she basically said there was no chance that they were going to win, and the Commanders caught the ball and they got the big win against the Bears. And the Bears, they never won again last year, I think, after that one play. But that Falcons game, I honestly didn't think the Falcons were that good. Like 2 weeks ago, weren't people calling Michael Penix, Mr. Washington, from Little Alex? I know you're watching this, you little Seahawks guy over there. But weren't people saying that he was a really bad quarterback, that he was a bad pick? And now all of a sudden the Falcons figure out hey, we just give the ball to John Robinson and we're gonna get 1,000 points. And they kind of look like super scary leading into this Falcons versus 49er game next week coming up on Sunday Night Football. So we're not going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it for a minute, but we're not going to harp on it. I'm not going to be thumping the Bible, saying how can the 49ers, how can this happen to us? We're supposed to win the Super Bowl. I don't know, but Fred Warner going down, ankle injury, surgery should have been done today. It's going to take about 4 months for him to get better, so he'll be 100% ready when training camp opens next year. I honestly didn't know that Warner had been a 49er for 8 years. I thought that he was a damn good player. I thought that, he was kind of younger in his career. But, Fred Warner is the lifeblood of that defense. You can debate whether if, him or Bosa means more to that team. But I know that when, something's going down in a game and we need to stop, and we need to stop right now, Fred Warner was always the guy that I was talking to when I'm talking to the team through the TV. Baker Mayfield, when he was running around for his life and he ended up extending the ball and getting that first down when he should have been tackled 6 times. This Baker Mayfield did the same thing to us, I believe last year or maybe the year before. The Niners were able to come back and win that game. I think that was one of the games when Jake Moody missed a big field goal. And then he came back and he redeemed himself. So people weren't really talking about it all that much. But Fred Warner is a guy that would have made that tackle, even if he was on the opposite side of the field. That guy is balls to the wall, 100% nonstop until the whistle. He is the guy that gives you everything you got. He's one of my favorite guys on the 49ers. And I swear to God, I'm not lying here. I saw a person in a Fred Warner jersey early in the morning on Sunday at work. I think I just picked the one that was the first one on the rack that I came to. I was wearing a Kittle jersey, but I saw that Warner jersey and I was like, dude, I got to get me one of those. I got to get me one of those soon. And dude's done for the year. He signed an extension before this year in the off season, so it's not like he's going anywhere. I believe anybody on that team, he's going to work out super hard and he's going to come back better than ever. I believe last year he played on a fractured ankle, and we had nothing to play for last year. He was just playing for the love of the game and for that team, I guess you can say. He should have been done last year, and the Niners lost a lot last year, and I don't think we won again after we beat the Bears. But he will be missed. It sucks. On paper, there's a lot of returns coming next week. We have Brock Purdy coming back. We'll come back to that. George Kittle should play his first game since week 1. We have Ricky Pearsall should be coming back. I think it's too early to talk about Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to be out for another few weeks. Juan Jennings, we never really got an answer to why he was fighting with Shanahan on the sideline mid-game. I'm guessing that he wanted the ball. 1 catch, 7 yards. I'm not going to be one to doubt Juan Jennings' production numbers. He basically was asked about it. He's playing with 5 broken ribs. He's got a hurt ankle. He's got a high ankle sprain, a low ankle sprain. How's that mid ankle doing? I think that, one of the things that had him on the IR was his wrist that he didn't even mention. So that guy's got more guts. And honestly, with the deal that he signed when he was kind of playing hardball with the Niners to come back, he was betting on himself for this season. So every catch, every touchdown, every yard, everything matters to that dude. He's playing for bonus money, I guess you can say. And that's just one way of betting on yourself. I love Juan Jennings. I've loved Juan Jennings for the last 3 seasons. Exceptional wide receiver from the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't know how to say this. Like, I've wanted a Juan Jennings signed rookie for a long time. I just don't understand why they cost so much. Is in my mind, like, Juan Jennings is a huge star to me, but I don't know if like Juan Jennings is a huge star to some guy living over on the East Coast. So I don't really understand his rookie autograph value out there. But it looks like this game just went from bad to worse. I'm hoping that, us getting better is going to be a lot like, I think if we would have found a way to win that Tampa Bay game, everything that they're saying about Tampa is what they would be saying about the 49ers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as of right now, are a number 1 seed if the playoffs started today. They're only going to get better each and every week from here on out as, their major star players. Bucky, the running back, Mike Evans, there's another wide receiver who's out. Just as Baker gets more weapons, he's going to be able to use more on that team even more as that offense gets better. And I think that if the Niners would have found a way to pull out that game, which honestly, if you watched it, no calling anybody out. I think it's just the way that they planned their defensive scheme to kind of let the Niners do what they were going to do in the first half and then apply total pressure in the second half. The fourth quarter, Mac Jones could not get the ball out of his hands. The offensive line could not make a stop to save their life once the Bucs started bringing pressure in on him. And I think we really found the weakness of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm really hoping that other teams aren't able to copy and paste that style of pressure. But I don't know. The debate is out there. We lost last week. It was Mac Jones's first loss. He threw his first 2 interceptions. I honestly haven't had my ear to the ground, but I have not been hearing the Brock Purdy versus Mac Jones debate as much as I was hearing it the week before. I think if Brock's ready to go, Brock plays. I think Mac Jones found a way to rejuvenate his career. If the Niners were looking to trade him for a piece, I think that he has value out there. I think the Niners would want to keep him because they've seen how much production they've gotten out of him and how much they're paying him. I think that is a piece that they would want to keep. It sucks, but Mac it's probably somebody would bet the farm against. If somebody calls and they're offering draft picks, I think we make that move. But I don't think we just make that move to make it. No matter how much we appreciate Mac Jones, we can live out that contract, and we thank God that we got him for 2 years for for pretty much next to nothing when you're talking about quarterback money. But it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game. I know a few Falcons primetime games the Niners have played in that have honestly been really, really good. We've got the Navarro Bowman return touchdown to get a win on Monday Night Football, roughly back in like 2010, I would say. But there's some bangers out there. I'm looking forward to this game. I got inventory on Sunday, so that basically means I'm going to be up all day. Normally here on the West Coast, 8 o'clock is roughly around the time that the Sunday night game ends. So I'm hoping that I'm having a little bit of a nap maybe. So I got emotion going all the way into the game, because these games have been tough. Coming down to the fourth quarter, I've been honestly getting pretty loud watching these games. The Rams game is going to be one that I remember for a long time. But I don't know, man. I feel good about this game. I feel like the Falcons are a team that we can beat. But watching them beat up on the Bills on Monday, that was kind of scary. But I believe in Kyle Shanahan. I think he's been coaching some of the best football that he's been coaching since he's been in San Francisco. And he's able to come up with these schemes, even though that we're not even playing with our number one star players to be out there. I replied to a comment to like a pretty loyal 49er Twitter on Sunday about Robert Saleh. And he basically said that like on Sunday there was not any pressure put on the quarterback, there was not any interceptions, no defensive points, like kind of saying like Robert Saleh's not doing his job. What do you want from him? I said, like, do you want this guy to, like, throw on the pads and helmet up and get out there and do it himself? When you come down to it, this San Francisco 49er team, we have lost our 2 star players on this defense, number 1 and number 2. No debate about it. Nick Bosa's done. Fred Warner's done. We are already starting 8 rookies on this team. Moving into Fred Warner's place is going to be a second-year linebacker from Florida State. Bows? Shoot. I think that's it. Bows, something close to that. I'll tell you the truth, I don't 100% know his name because I don't think he's played that much. I'm talking about Fred Warner. He don't come out of the gate. So he's going to be the next man up. So, I mean, they're already starting 8 rookies. What do you want from him? I think this defense is doing pretty damn well. We're sitting at 4-2. You're overreacting, thinking that we're playing like we're the freaking New York Jets. We're in the driver's seat. Last time I checked, we might be tied, but we're in first place in the NFC West. We're a playoff team. I'm not taking anything less than that. We got a lot of games to win in the rest of this season. Let's go out there and win them. Peace out, everybody. See you guys.